Hey, I am Sharon Polsky and I am your GLP Fact Fairy, and I want to welcome you to the Fact Fairy podcast. It is about weight loss decoded, the GLP edition. So I started my journey with GLPs 2 years ago. I am 52 years old, and right when I hit 50, I went into menopause. And it was funny because I own an eVolt body scanner, and I scan every 30 days, just kind of see where I'm at in life and health and wellness. And I really look at it for how my body's holding water. And it was very interesting. I was getting very funky scans. My body fat was increasing really, really quickly. My water was all over the place. I knew that I was probably menopausal. I went and got a hormone test, and yes, I was menopausal. So it was very interesting because I have a neurotransmitter disorder. So I was already eating about 1,800 calories a day, very, very good baseline nutrition. I wasn't drinking any alcohol. I didn't eat a lot of meals out. And so my diet was incredibly clean. I was exercising 6 days a week for a minimum of 45 minutes to an hour and a half. I was weightlifting. I was doing cardio. I was doing yoga. I was doing Pilates. So I was really doing a lot and really feeling like I could do everything I could to keep my weight down. And my weight was just going up and going up and going up. So we started by balancing my hormones first, which was a little bit helpful, but it wasn't taking the weight off. It just stopped me from gaining weight. And I'm sitting there and I'm talking to the doctor, and I said, I don't know what to do. I can't cut calories at this point because I'm so far below my BMR. What do you think I should do? And he said, I really think you should do Mounjaro. Mounjaro is tirzepatide, and he goes, I can prescribe it to you off label, but it's going to cost you $1,100 for 4 shots, 5 milligrams each. I was like, well, let me think about that. I'm going to have to take out a second mortgage on my house to do that one. Anyway, long story short, after a third month went by and I was really struggling and I was really miserable. And then things like my sleep were affected and socializing was affected. I bit the bullet and I said, okay, I'm going to take money out of my savings. I'm just going to do it for 2 months and see. So I took my first shot of tirzepatide, and I am not kidding you when I say this. I wanted to know where this had been my entire life. For the first time in my entire lifetime, since I can remember 16 years old, I no longer thought about food. I didn't know what food noise was. I never thought about food again. I was able to eat just what was on my plate and not go back to a refrigerator. I was able to eat much smaller portions, and I was never hungry. And I truly believed that this was the holy grail for my weight loss clients. And I had owned a weight loss business for a lot of years, and I couldn't believe it. And then because I was unwilling to keep paying $1,100 a month for this, I started looking for compounding options, and the rest is history. I have completely converted my business and my career into helping people like you get the truth about GLPs, but also source GLPs in a safe way and an effective way and in an affordable way. So that is why I really wanted to do this podcast, because as I started doing more and more and more research on GLPs, they've been around for 15 years, except the propaganda on the internet from people like Jillian Michaels are, we don't know what they're going to do to you. They're going to cause 3 heads. This is the fen generation all over again. So much propaganda and misinformation that was getting out there. And I didn't want people like you who have struggled with your weight your entire life to become discouraged because you're hearing this kind of dogmatic, if you don't do it my way by starving and exercising for 3 hours a day, you're not working hard enough, and therefore your self-worth is less. I don't like that. I've never liked that narrative. Because I have a neurotransmitter disorder, I know how hard I have to work in the gym and eat, and I never get a vacation off of my strict food until now. And then the second thing I wanted to make very, very clear, and the reason why I wanted to do a podcast, is because I'm so tired of the critics saying that you guys are doing it for vanity reasons. I know for a fact you are not doing it for vanity reasons, and I'm not doing it for vanity reasons. The fact that I look good and still microdose tirzepatide at the age of 52 doesn't mean that I'm doing it for vanity reasons. I'm doing it for my health. But so what if you are doing it for vanity reasons? I don't care. People get facelifts and nose jobs and tummy tucks and lipo and Brazilian butt lifts and implants for vanity reasons. But you're not allowed to lose weight for vanity reasons. So, I mean, I've done a lot of TikToks on all of these subjects, but I really wanted to do a podcast so you give yourselves permission to do what is right for you without having to go out to the internet. Yes, I'm fully aware the hypocrisy of the fact that I'm launching a podcast on the internet to tell you guys to stop going onto the internet, but you know what I mean. And to give you an opportunity to feel empowered. So that is why I created the Weight Loss Decoded Podcast, GLP edition. So we're really talking about tirzepatide, semaglutide, Ozempic Wegovy, Mounjaro Zepbound on this. But I really want you to know that you're not alone, that there are a lot of us out there that are here to support you. And I want you to know that you are not doing anything wrong despite what people say. So that's it. That is what my podcast is about. So I would like you to subscribe and like and tell your friends about it, because we all have friends that are doing a GLP now, regardless if you're getting it from a compounding pharmacy or you're getting it prescribed to you from your doctor. I want you to join my podcast. I want you to listen to experts like Dr. Lester Lee, who is going to debunk all of the myths. I want you to listen to Dr. Cynthia Preston, and she's going to talk about how you can integrate it into your functional health. I want you to listen to Dr. Chiriano, who's going to talk about the benefits of HRT and your GLP. I want you to listen to experts like Dr. Megan Moore, who is going to talk about menopause and GLPs. And so these are all people that I have grown to love over the many years that I've helped women with functional health. And I am super excited to share this podcast with you. So again, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And we are going to air every 2 weeks. I want to thank you for tuning in to the Weight Loss Decoded GLP Edition podcast. My name is Sharon Polsky, your GLP Fact Fairy. And if you liked today's episode, if you could please subscribe, like, and share with your friends, that would be great. I also want to remind you that these are just the opinions of myself and my guests and should not be interpreted as medical advice. Until next time, ciao for now.